guys, welcome to another episode with Love Loud LLC. This is our lovely podcast, Truth Carpet.
Yay.
Thank you for tuning in. I am the lovely, fabulous, unique love, better known as Yaya. And this is
I am the one, the only, the fantabulous, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Simone Loud, but some people call me Monie.
or Nene.
She don't personally call me that.
Not yet. I'm working on calling her that. But thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna start with our check-in. How is you doing today?
I am great. I just got back from a cousin's trip in Florida.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was fun. Even though, unlike the first cousin's trip that we had 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago? 2 years ago. All the cousins were not there, but we still had a really good time. I think it's really nice because all of us didn't grow up together. So now that as adults we make the time to hang out with one another.
This is like reminding me of Kia's episode.
The fact that we take the time now to hang out with each other, it's a lot of fun. We were there, we stayed in Fort Lauderdale for a week. And to me, one of the best days that we had was, it stormed one of the days, Wednesday.
Of course, Florida.
And it was the day that we stayed inside all day. One of my cousins cooked. We played games, watched a movie, did some extra sleeping, like napping in, had some deep convos. Baby cousin was asking questions. So similar to what we do here on the podcast, just answering different questions, like asking things of each other that we don't usually get to talk about. So that was like the best thing for me. Granted, we went out, and had fun. One of the days we went out on the water, on a yacht. But the best thing for me was,
I saw the picture, that was nice.
The best thing for me was us like really spending that time together without even going outside. Like that was a lot of fun for me. Really enjoyed that day. That was the best leg of the trip. And I appreciate moments like this because, like I said, we haven't grown up together. I mean, we didn't grow up together. We're all, Tennessee, Georgia, California, all just kind of scattered around throughout our childhood. So being able to do this as adults and be able to make these memories is very, very much enjoyable. And I look forward to having more moments like this. So that was a lot of fun. It keeps me going, keeps me alive, keeps me alive.
Amen. Go girl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I liked your picture with you on the yacht and the sun kissing your face.
Oh yes, honey, the melanin was popping, okay?
So tan coming soon because it's just getting hot in here.
Right.
Up here and everywhere. So spring is officially here. Summer is around the corner, but I can wait. I can wait.
It's already warming up. It's hot.
It's hot. For me, I don't have an official spring break, but my job, we have Jewish holidays off, and one of the holidays I had a training, so I had to float my day to another day. So it was like a day off, work, a day off. So I was like, let me just put a vacation day in the middle. So I had 5 days off, including the weekend, and it was nice to just not have to get up to commute to work and have a set schedule. Even though on some of those days I did have to get up early, or like be on schedule because I was doing like different activities, going to the gym. Like I wanted to train my mind to get up early. Like today I got up. My alarm went off at 6 a.m. That's earlier than my work day.
That's 6 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, on a Sunday. Well, we're recording now on a Sunday. To go to the gym because that's one thing that I want to work on, getting accustomed to prepping for gym workout and getting accustomed to that, prepping my food, prepping my snacks, because I know that when it's already there, like today, it was nice to just grab my mason jar with fruit in it that's already pre-chopped, or grab my salad to bring here, opposed to if I wasn't prepared, I would have grabbed a bacon. But I wanted that bacon sandwich from downstairs. I would have been like, can we get some chicken wings? Like today? That's if I'm not prepared, that's what I would do. But days off wasn't exactly what I thought it would be because I did have company at my house. My twin nephews, they like to make a lot of noise. But at the same time, it was fun to have them around to play with them. Like, and I say that because like I remember texting my cousin like, "Dang, I'm so tired. I want to go lay down." She's like, "Girl, go lay down." And I sent her a picture. My nephew smiling like really big, and I'm like, I know I want to lay down, but I want to like I'm having a FOMO. Like if I feel like if I go lay down, I'm not gonna be playing, so I want to play.
Sound like your nephew.
Right, I told the baby myself. Then I went to the spa and
Nice.
yeah, like I had like some rejuvenating time and some relaxing time and some fun times too. We celebrated my nephew's birthday. They turned 3 actually today, this recording day, but we celebrated yesterday, and it was just exciting seeing babies of like all ages. There were 1-year-olds there, 3-year-olds, a 4-year-old, they grown ups. It was like fun seeing like just everybody just having a good time, celebrating with each other. So yeah, and just aside from that, getting back into reading. I say that so many times, but I just don't like that I spend much time playing games on my phone or watching movies and just doing all these things. Like I feel like I need to pour into myself and get education. Like read a book that's gonna educate me, or read a book that's I'm gonna help. Like I'm gonna read the script, which is how I see the book, and narrate the movie in my mind for myself. I don't want to like, just jump in the bed all the time or jump on the couch all the time and find some other way to distract me. I want to like have like a disciplined structure of my day. And for me, nothing against people who are disciplined by watching TV or whatever.
Yeah, but that's like, where I get my inspiration from. That's different.
Yeah, like everyone's different. I'm not gonna say ill to anybody else's, what they want to do. But for me, I want to incorporate. I spend so much money on these books, like, and I have so many books that I didn't touch. So I'm not the person that's like I need to read one book each month. Like that's not me. I just wanna, if I can at least read something each day, like for 20 minutes or an hour each day, that's sufficing for me.
That's what I do. I just started reading on the bus and the train on my way to work. That's what I started doing. So I was like, I got this time on my hands, might as well use it to read. Because by the time I get home, I'm too exhausted to even look at a book.
Yeah. For me, I wanted to listen to audio. So the book that I'm reading now, it's not on audio books, but it's on YouTube. Somebody's reading it, and I couldn't focus. Like I like having my eyes gaze
I
over
can't do
the book.
audiobooks.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. And then sometimes on the train, like I have my book today, so like sometimes on the train I can focus, but I'm funny. Like if it's quiet and I'm reading, then there's noise, I'm okay. But to get into it, like it can't be like up down. And sometimes on the trains, crazy stuff be happening. So
that's why I put my headphones in.
It don't work.
I gotta zone myself out. Play my jazz music in my ears, listen, read my book, mind my business. Oh, might stop.
I'll see how that works for me on my way home today. But yeah, that's what's been up with me.
Hey, I wish I could be disciplined enough to meal prep. I tried it. I just don't like eating the same thing every day. I have to make like 3 meals, and I have just never not gotten to that point yet.
Well, for me, it can't be. When I was doing it, because I'm not 100% back there. For me, right now, it's the prep salads from a specific store that I go to. So, and I look at the expiration date, and I'm like, okay, this is enough, 5 of them to get me through lunch for the week. But we got in dinner, that's a whole different story. But when I used to meal prep, some people say every Sunday I prep all my bowls for the no.
I did that. I don't like the same food. I found that I'm not the. I'm like I don't want this today.
That's what I'm getting to, which is I did like I would have meal prep on Sunday, and then when I run out, then on Wednesday again, like because then I don't want all that food and all in my fridge and then it don't taste the same or whatever the situation is. So you gotta find what.
Right, and I don't like cooking during the week. That's by the time I get home, I don't want to do that. So it's just like I gotta just give me a personal chef. That's it.
You can make a tuna roll.
I'm just a good personal chef.
Try.
Anyway, we are all checked in. So anything else you want to let the people know before we go? Instead of my no.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into today's rundown for episode 5 of Café. So going into our icebreaker for today, Yaya and I will be discussing a question about if we only had 3 apps on our phone, which would it be? Just 1, 2, 3. One of those sits. 3 apps on our phone. What would they be? Tune into the icebreaker for that. Then we're heading on over into Suite 223, where our dear friend Nadir Ali is going to bless us on the MIC once again with his poetry. Cannot wait for y'all to tune in for that. Trust me, it is FIRE. Okay.
Oh, fire. It took me a second.
Oh my God. Then we are heading on over to our hot topic segment. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you grab your meal or your drink, whatever you want to do while you are listening and tuning in, because we have another CAU alumni coming in to chill and chat with us. It is Travis Brown, the CEO of Champion Dreams, and we are going to be speaking with him about his business and being an entrepreneur and what he did to get there. And all of those good things, maybe a little inspiration for those that are looking into being an entrepreneur. There are definitely some gems dropped in. So make sure you tune into that. Then we have a special treat because Travis will also be joining us in our dorm story segment to let us know about his favorite project or experience that he has had thus far while having his company, Champion Dreams. And then we are going to close it out. If you know, you know. It is the community news segment. There's always something for everyone, so make sure you tune in all the way until the end so that you are in the know. Hello. Here we go. And now we're going to head on over to the icebreaker.
My maracas.
We should get some.
Oh, that would be cool. Okay.
Love loud maracas.
That'd be cute. Put my picture on it. It's time for our icebreaker segment. Grab a drink, grab a friend, we're gonna jump in. Yes, guys, that's my new song.
Yeah, I don't have to work on that one.
But it's good. And I got jingle.
Grab a drink, grab a friend,
We're gonna jump in.
It's giving out of the box. Out of the box.
I literally just made that up right now. I didn't practice.
Oh my gosh.
Anywho, guys, we are gonna do an icebreaker from Toggle.com. I want to give credit, because I ain't make this up on my own.
Okay.
This icebreaker asked if you had to delete all. That means all, everything. You have to delete all but 3 apps from your smartphone. Which ones would you keep? So the question prior to this was, does that mean the apps that came with the phone too? Yes.
Yeah.
Except for obviously it's a phone, so you can still make phone calls. So
right, that's not an app though.
Yeah, but so that means you got the phone, you have the email, and you have text messages. Those are apps. Those are not included in apps. But other than that, 3 apps only you can keep. Everything else has to go. Which would you keep? Which would you delete? Which would you keep?
Hey, which would you delete? Now that's a jingle.
But that's not all the time.
Hey, but that's the jingle.
Okay, I'm gonna practice for next time. But you want me to go first?
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
So the apps that I would absolutely keep are my checking and savings account app, Google Maps, and Instagram. I say these 3 because every morning and sometimes night I check my accounts. I like to see what's going on with actions, transactions, mishaps, whatever. It's just like the first thing you do, you wipe the crust out your eye. The first thing I do, I check my debit account. Okay, I have to make sure that my money is not funny.
Make sure your money ain't funny.
Yeah, and some people may not need that because they can go to the ATM, but I every day it's these are the breaks. Break it up.
All the breaks.
I gotta check my account. Gotta make sure I'm secure. Google Maps, the Exhibit A. 2 weekends ago, I text Monie, I'm lost. I was trying to get the train home.
And I'm trying to be like, okay, well, where are you? So I can try to figure out where you supposed to go.
Bro, it typically takes me one train and a path to get home. I got on 5 different trains before I even got on the path. It took me 2.5 hours. Was it 3 hours?
Too long.
3 hours to get home, and it usually takes me 45 minutes from that part where I was at in Brooklyn to Jersey.
All turned around.
All wrong.
She got a nice tour that day.
Bro, I was just happy that my phone was charged. And I was about to not charge my phone because I was like, I don't need my phone. But something God told me to charge my phone. And I could be somewhere, like, even if it's my car, I could be in that same neighborhood every day. But I just need my GPS. Even if I'm taking a familiar route from work to home, you never know. Like, sometimes the cop is blocking the road.
Yeah.
I don't know the back roads, and I will like get nervous. Like, I'll freak out. I've had times where I cry, like I'm lost, and someone will be like, "It's not that serious. Just go up the steps." I'm like, but I just came down the steps. Like, there's no way to get out of the World Trade Center. I'm lost. Like, yeah, just read that. Put me on FaceTime. I was like, so yeah. So that's why I need my Google Maps, y'all. I need my Google Maps. And my third one, which I'm surprised that I said, is Instagram, because I really feel like if it wasn't for our like business, I probably wouldn't have my Instagram or use it as much. Like, I have Facebook on my phone, but I barely ever touch my Facebook account. I have TikTok. I be forgetting I have TikTok. Every time I go in there, I have like 50 notifications of videos people sent me so I can watch. So I'm like weeks late, like haha, like laughing at them. Yeah, like I forget that I have that. But I think Instagram, because it's what Facebook used to be, it keeps me in touch with people that I don't communicate with through text message, or some people that I don't even have their phone number. Some people I met on Instagram, like it's just like that's my with my texting and my phone. That's like a new WhatsApp kind of thing. Like, it's my way to communicate with people. It's my way to find out cool restaurants that's out there. It's my way to find out what I want the person to do with my nails. Like, it's my Safari, which is the internet for iPhone users, Apple users. So that's why I would keep my Instagram.
Wonderful. This is actually a very difficult question for me.
I know.
Until I realized I have an iPad. So me having 3 apps on my phone would be fine.
Yeah.
So,
because I still on my TV for Netflix.
Right. I'm like thinking about it. I barely watch Netflix on my phone, honestly. Only when I'm on a plane. But I have an iPad for that. So specifically on my phone, similar to you, I definitely gotta have my bank app. You know what I'm saying? Check in on checking, saving credit cards, make sure that is all aligned. Definitely gotta keep my bank app, and then I can still send and receive funds.
Yes.
See what I'm sending and receiving as far as funds. So definitely gotta have the bank app. I would keep definitely GPS. Gotta keep my Google Maps. Cause I need to know where I'm going. It's oftentimes where, I'm usually going to new places.
She be in Miami, she be in New Orleans, she be in Jersey, she be in New York.
Gotta have the GPS, and I like Google Maps, so I would keep that one. And then the last one, which I'm kind of surprised with by myself, but I decided that I would keep Uber. I would keep my Uber app on my phone, because sometimes I don't feel like getting on the train, and sometimes I like the convenience of being able to just order me a ride somewhere. So yeah, those are the things that I would keep. I really wanted to keep Spotify, but then I remembered I have an iPad.
I didn't even think
Spotify was gonna be one of the ones in my meditation app, but then I remembered I have an iPad.
Wow.
Yeah, because I really wanted to pick Spotify, because I listen to Spotify religiously.
Dang, that would be a good one to keep, because I like listen to the radio. I love the radio because I could tell Monie new songs, like The Boys Are Lying. I could tell her like new songs, or I love like listening to the listener letters and like letters that people send in for advice, and I like the games that people play on the radio and stuff. But the music is like so repetitive for weeks and months and whatever. I like podcasts. I like listening to playlists that people that they get paid to make the playlist come up for me with, you know. Dang, why didn't I think about Spotify? Because it has it all.
It does.
Dang.
Oh, another reason why I picked Uber, I can still access Uber Eats through Uber.
Feel like burrito.
So while I'm on my way home, my food on the way too.
That's a good one.
So yeah, you don't have to actually have the. Actually, I don't know. Do you? Because I've been in Uber and actually clicked Uber Eats, and I was still in the Uber app. I think it'll be like order food while you're on your way or something like that. It's done that before. I don't know. I'm gonna try and see.
That's cool though.
But you can't access and girls like all of that in the Uber app. You just click food.
Well, since I don't have the Uber app on my phone, I'll call Monie and say,
see, look at the top, food. Oh, it still takes you to Uber Eats.
Yeah, it takes you to another app, but it's okay. It's okay. But anyway, those are our 3 apps. You can drop a comment below to let us know which 3 apps you would keep on your phone.
Yeah, which 3? Uno, dos, tres.
And now we're gonna head over to our sweet
2, 3
segment.
Welcome to Sweet 223, where we have the lovely Nadir Ali joining us again to bring us a wonderful peace, blessing your ears on this here truth carpet. Welcome back, baby. How you doing?
Oh, hey, Yaya. How y'all doing?
Hey. We're doing well. We're doing well. I'm ready to hear, the poetry you're gonna spit, honey. Okay.
I'm ready till this mic is hot. All right.
So we ready?
Yes.
All right. Entitled, Because Truthfully. Because truthfully, I envy those who can go from person to person, and I wonder, how do you do it so successfully? You are the biggest collector of soul ties or casualties, a champion of love quarrels or gladiators if you wish to be honored. And I try to imitate you. Once or twice became my personal tattoo artist, creating a perfect love story. My body as a canvas filled with keloid for lessons of emblem patchwork until every fiber of melanin revealed the absence of innocence. Beyond truthful wounds exposed, I always was the fool. And moving onward has never been easy. With the anchor of previous affection, left me facing ghosts, sinking beneath present current events, grasping for more the air like how we don't know the value of existing, and to the value of existing because the only thing that is valued, the nightmares of ever be still chase a peace of mind while I slept next to next, unfortunately, to regain a sense of peace of mind. And I never mastered how to use my heart less. It was never a lapel or a fashion statement. I woke up with it, stained against skin, livelihood behavior, a manifestation of action like the warm embrace of how you met my mother, with open arms, a bed for your head, an air to bear your stress. How did you not notice that the apple didn't far from the tree, feeding you food for comfortability? The way I love you once grew from did you eat? I envy those who can go from person to person because your tactics to recover heartbreak is a mystery, while I'm up with the moonlights and crickets overthinking how to get over lovers who didn't know how to love me, who use my flesh as a remedy. This is not just my bittersweet jealous poetry, a miserable toast of reality of hurt people hurting people commonality. I envy those who can go from person to person because you somehow found the cure and the cause to memory loss, like how the grass is never actually greener, but you continuously can't recall to forgive, forget, or regret. I envy, but I too pity. Because you use others as if you're parasitic or to heal. Like a virus, you harm others in the course of your own demise. You lie to yourself and lack the understanding of self-care without putting a razor to wrist. I pity, but I too ache. Because once or twice I tried to imitate you, and I was never successful. And with 3 fingers pointing back at myself, it's ironic that repentance is tainted upon my skin like a tattoo, and I still don't know how to forgive myself yet. Thank you.
the keyboard, the tattoo, the amnesia. Help me, please forget the shit that you put me through.
She put 3 back at
And me. Teach me to play, but I don't want to do it either. Oh my God, it's so much in that home.
Oh man.
Snap some head up.
Somebody,
Hey.
me too.
Okay. Can you say relatable? Somebody say relatable. Yes.
That was really, really good. It's so many lines in there that
Right. I was like, damn, I wish I had a notepad to make a note of every
line of
line that hit just touch me on the shoulder.
Oh my God, touch my body. So I only want to ask the inspiration because I feel like, dang, did I write that poem? Like that's how related it, right? It was really, really good. Like I like the way that you know I like wordplay. So like the boy being on your body, the tattoo, wishing that you have the cure for the bullshit. I could get your wording, but it was like, give me the amnesia too. Shit.
Right. The cadence was on point too.
Oh
the cadence was really good.
Really? Oh my gosh. I was like, yo, am I going too fast?
No. What?
That was really good. So I text Nadia. That's why I was scrolling through my phone because when I read the poem, but it's different reading it and hearing it.
Yeah.
And like your cadence, like she said, was really, really on point. But the lines that stood out to me, aside from the keyboard and the tattoo, I text him, bruh, I cannot wait to hear you read this aloud. One line, like how we don't know the value of existing until the value of existing becomes the only thing valued. Like, you don't like it can go two ways. First of all, you being in my life, and then you go, dang, I ain't know what I had until you was gone, girl. That's one thing. But then also personally, like my life, like the value of my life, and then once I'm not here, now all of a sudden it's valued more because I'm not here. And then you said the nightmare of reveres.
Oh, reveries.
Oh, reveries, my bad. I said that wrong. Woo, I put the smoking emoji like there's so much depth into that. Then still chase peace of my mind. Like you're trying to chase peace, but then get a peace too. Like he spelled it peace like that. But then I also thought like a piece of my mind. Like you stole a piece of my mind, I can't even be sane. That's why I want the remedy to have the amnesia.
You know, the funny thing is, like, you ever like write a poem but listen to music and you get that inspiration? So
I remedy right there.
Were you listening to Cherish?
No, I was listening to, well, I don't think I was listening to it, but it influenced it. But so I low key like have a big crush on Kehlani.
Oh, me too. She's so cute.
So, or her album, what is it? Sexy, Savage, something. I forgot. But she has a song called Peace of Mind. So, going back to what you're saying, like I want to regain like my peace. Like I want to regain my sanity, but it's like a piece of me is gone as well because like, that exchange and you gotta sever ties with, that person. So yeah.
Yeah. So how did you, aside from the Kehlani part, what inspired this? Like how did you come across how did you make this?
Right. I got some things to say. I'll say it after
I'm not ready for some more questions. How did I come up with it? I mean, like I was y'all been through it too. I read y'all book. A breakup. It was a breakup. How old was I? Wow, I'm 32 now. That poem is maybe 7 years old.
Okay.
And I'm not the kind of person to jump from one relationship to the next. Like, I don't understand how people do that. And so a part of me was extremely envious of that ex that I was dealing with. How they just like, how did you just move on so quickly? Like, the fuck? Like, I don't got no residual feelings going on. Like, yeah, it takes me off. It takes me a long time to like entertain a new person on a serious level, like that energy, that time, like that's investment. And once you don't get a return on that, it's like, dang, like I gotta recuperate, I gotta build myself back up. So yeah, the poem is about, overcoming the jealousy of that person that you was in a relationship with and seeing them move on like so gracefully, like nothing ever mattered. And I feel like us as poets, like we are very in tune with our emotions, very emotional. Like, we dissect it all, and we review it before we entertain or invest in something new. So it was just the summarization of that process of the jealousy and moving on.
Yes. When I was listening, like the main thing that came to mind for me was hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
And whether it's the person that left and moved on hurt me, or they were hurt by their previous person, which is why they hurt me. But now I'm hurt because they left me with this open door that I have full of questions. So now I'm trying to put myself into a situation that's not even really important, but I'm just trying to cover up these feelings of how I feel from this last person. And now I'm hurting the person that I'm chilling with that's really into me, but I'm just using you to pass by time because I'm just still stuck on this last person that broke me.
Exactly. And you got to be honest with yourself. Like you got to take accountability for what you do, even after the breakup, and you're dealing with these residual feelings. Like yeah, like you got to be mindful that yeah, hurt people do hurt people, but I don't want to continue that cycle. I don't want to perpetuate that and inflict that onto you. I have to deal internally what I'm dealing with and release it, and that's how
Yeah, we gotta go through the healing process. Like you gonna hurt, you gotta feel it, do what you gotta do to get through it, however long that may take for you.
Yeah.
And try your best not to take that into the next thing. Try not those trust issues and that want to be vulnerable and open and putting up that wall and then having to chisel it down, like having them go through this process of really trying to get to know you because that last person really fucked you up.
Yes, absolutely.
They gotta work through that process. So yes, hurt people do hurt people, but we all have to heal on our own time.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Speaking of healing, what
I'm
was I gonna
sipping
say?
my tea. I'm waiting to hear what you got to say.
No, I mean I'm just just like catching up with you guys, but yeah, I mean like what I do now as far as healing is like I invest in growing, whether it's reading, writing, us as poets, and I mean I'm big on my physical health right about now, as you can see on the chest, but but yeah, it's all about investing back in yourself and building yourself back up and healing in the right ways and not latching on to other people.
Yes, healing in the right ways. Healing in the right ways.
Right.
Absolutely. Love that.
I think one term for me too is my 20-year-old self would definitely relate to your poem. Because I've always felt that after every person before, I could never be like exactly what I said. I can never be the person who just jumped into another situation to get over the old person or just move on and seem like I don't care about the ex person. Like I get in my head, I have to, tear away those layers of the old stuff that hurt me before I can feel refreshed to even jump on or hop on to something else. But then I also, exactly like the poem said, envy the people who could do that. But as a older, mature person and working on myself, I learned to not envy everybody else and learn to just deal with myself and learn that, well, Yaya needs a year off or however many months off, and it's not determined by like on Sex and the City, they were like, well, if you dated him for 4 years, that's gonna take you 2 years to get over him. Like it doesn't matter like that. Just I guess it matters how much I poured into that person, where I was in life. It's so many things that go into it. But now, like I try not to focus on envying other people, but just like you said, pour into myself and know what I need from me. So if it is like a quickie with somebody just to like extract, or if it's like a date by myself or whatever it is to heal myself, because I can't go to somebody else half.
Yeah.
My whole self, because I expect that person to come to me whole, or else I'm gonna be talking shit about them to Simone, like he ain't nothing, girl, like or whatever. Like I have to be able to bring what my best self to the table as I would expect that other person who is courting me, or I'm going to take my time to be with that person the same way. So it is hurtful, going through these things and wanting a quick pill of amnesia. I keep going back to that because that's where I was at. When I went through this heartbreak, I wanted amnesia so badly because I just wanted to get over it. Like, just let it loose. Like, how's he not caring about me? Why is he not calling me? How's he going on this date? This other girl, he posted her on Instagram. Da, 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 da. Like, I felt some type of way seeing that, and it hurt me so badly. Like, I wish I could be quick like my cousin or my friend or my ex and just be over the hump, but I can't. Or even act like I care, but I can't not act like I care.
Right. Yeah. And I'm to touch on that, like I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like, so I mean, you know, us being in our 30s now, like I'm not going to do that. Like, you know, it just it doesn't work for me. And I understand the concept of, oh, to get over someone, you gotta get under someone else. Like, I mean, that may work for some people, but that's not really my thing. But yeah, I mean, that was when I was 25.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 24. Yeah, 25, 24. And I'm 31. Like that's not something that I can do now. But in regards to when you guys told me like, oh yeah, like we need you to come up with something. And I actually met somebody, right? I actually met somebody. It was like something out of like a romantic comedy. Just met them in a club and their fly was down at the time. I was like, hey, like X, Y, and Z, like examine your zipper. And they came over, we were chatting for a little bit. But come to find out, they were like 2 weeks out of a relationship that they was in for 2 years. And so, you know, although we clicked, I'm like, yeah, bro, like you need to figure out what you got going on because I mean we've all learned our lessons with dealing with people in those kind of circumstances. And so I read him the poem and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna just pull back. And I appreciate that because thank you for not wasting my time and us not getting involved with each other, knowing that you're fresh out of something and you need to work on that. And so I mean, what I love most, I think I said this before, in our first session, but what I love most about poetry is that it's timeless. Yeah. Something that I went through 7 years ago, you're dealing with that right now. And like y'all both like, y'all have your own testimonies and stories that is relatable too. So I mean, that's what I love most about poetry is that it's timeless and it's relatable, no matter the circumstance or situation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so true. I don't know how many times I've read a poem that I don't wrote that was in high school and still click as an adult. Yeah. So most definitely timeless. Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I really, 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 really enjoyed your poem. Yes. I really enjoyed the way that you delivered it to us today. Look forward to having you again on our podcast.
Oh, yes.
Again and again and again.
Right.
But for the people, if this is your first time hearing Nadir, he is a published author, and this is his second time. I think you mentioned that already.
Yes.
Being on our podcast, he has a book called "Set Me Free."
Yeah, you better show it off.
Yes, where I believe it's on Amazon, right?
Yes.
Amazon. Where else can they find you? What's your Instagram?
So my Instagram is Nadir_Ali, NADDI_ALI_.
Yes.
And we will definitely put it in the description for y'all that want to follow. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, boo.
Thank you.
Bless you, Mike. And until next time.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Hey y'all, welcome to our Hot Topic segment. We have a special guest, another CAU alumni coming to us to talk about all his endeavors.
Sweet life.
Yes, sweet life, yes. B School, Trav is one of the boys that we used to hang out with, and we have been seeing you flourish, doing your damn thing on Instagram, wow, like a tear trickled down my cheeks. I'm so proud of all the things that you've been going through. So we had to have you on our podcast. So if you didn't listen to the other segment, y'all, this is about entrepreneurship and basically going after, I don't even want to say dreams, but maybe let's say dreams.
Hey, man.
Let's say dreams is fitting, ain't it?
Right. Going after what you deserve, all right?
Yes.
Hey. ways.
Yes.
For sure.
So we have our friend Travis Brown. Travis, let us know how would you introduce yourself? Who is Travis?
Well, I never looked in the outside of myself, so it's like the viewer, as far as you knowing me, you could probably tell me more about myself than I can. But if I had to say it for myself, Travis Brown, Atlanta native from Clark Atlanta University Business School and Marketing, basketball, sports, athletic, uh, innovator, visionary, entrepreneur, cool, calm, collected, and yeah. So I guess to sum it up in short, it's more to that, but it comes along with stories. So you have to understand that.
Yes.
And we're here for the stories, okay?
Yes, we are definitely here for the stories, for the background of it all. When I think of Travis, yes, I think like this chill guy from Clark Atlanta, B school. Y'all used to have like a YouTube, not YouTube, actually not YouTube. It was a Facebook.
That's when Facebook was popping.
Yes, when
Oh,
Facebook was
man.
popping. Y'all used to have like this. It was like 4 of y'all. Y'all used to have like this
That's
show
crazy.
that y'all used to do
Up
back
through
in
there.
college.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so entertaining. Like we just found ways to, connect with our quote unquote community, which was the campus life. But now it seems like you're going beyond that and connecting with the world in a way. So with studying, let's go back to Clark Atlanta. You studied business. Why'd you choose that major?
First of all, as a kid, I've always been business minded, not only because I like money and money gives you opportunities and resourceful tools. And business was like a sport to me. I felt like it was more so like you would need it indirectly and directly. So it's like, why not do business? And my mom was a business entrepreneur. So I kind of learned from her. And then business is universal. Business goes on every day. When you wake up, where you gonna wake up to, or where you gonna sleep at?
Yeah.
Like that, where you gonna eat at, where you gonna shop at? That all comes with business. So business is pretty much universal on any platform, indirectly or directly. So it's like, why not? And then marketing part, you got to market Coca-Cola, Pepsi, State Farm, Target, Starbucks. They don't have to market. They still market to the day. You already know the products and services that they offer, but they still marketing. So like, why not market? So I chose that. I think marketing can be fun if used right. Marketing can be persuasive, informative, or comedic. It just depends on how you want to purpose it. So marketing is more so of the realm of how to connect with your audience. So I felt like that was a perfect lane for me to go into. So business marketing.
All right. So business and marketing.
When you decided to pick this major, did you have in mind exactly your blueprint, or was it just based off of that this is something that's going to get you somewhere no matter where you go in life? You need business, you need all the things that you just said. Is it can go anywhere. Like even for me, psychology, I need a business plan, I need marketing. It's fitting anywhere. But did you have like, I know I'm going to study this and I'm going to land here per se, or were you just going with the flow?
I was honestly going with the flow. It was more so like the second option you proposed of knowing that I can go anywhere with marketing. I didn't really know what I was going to get into, honestly, until my senior year, when they said in business school, they always said have a degree in one hand and a job offer in another.
Oh,
I didn't get the job offer, but I created the job that I can't want. So it was just like, that's why I chose that.
yes.
And I know I picked up a camera my senior year as well, doing marketing in the athletic department of the school. So like basketball and football games. And I spent like $800 on a camera on Christmas. I've never spent that much money on myself ever. So I did that and I bought a camera and I just learned it. I was gonna use marketing regardless. So like, why not do photos for like basketball games and the football game? I started doing that. And from there, I had to like make flyers for like the internship part. So for like the athletic department, Had an internship there, started taking photos for the football, basketball games, and had to make flyers out of that. And just to make aware, like, hey, the game's coming up, these are the times, how much are tickets, X, Y, and Z. And start posting them around. What hall was that? Carl Merriwear. So did that, and that was marketing and stuff. So it was like, it went hand in hand from there. And then I was like, a camera can do two things. It can take photos and can do video. Why not learn both? So if you can't do photos, you can do the video part. Everybody needs photo or video, either way. We're doing video right now. So, yeah, or even audio. She's doing audio right now. So it's like those things cannot be erased ever. So it's like, you're gonna need it forever. So it's like, why not tap into that? So I just started doing that. And I started learning the video side of it. But then you have to learn the business side. So that's where, you know, you're making money and stuff like that. It's a lot of downfalls from business if you don't know. So you got to learn and then also try to perfect your craft. It's like being a basketball player. I take sports into accountability of this because it's competitive. I'm competing myself. I'm competing with like probably the next photographer, even though it shouldn't have to be that way. You're just competing, either within a job or either with getting a job or whatever. You're always competing, so the client can know, like, all right, who's able to do the job. So you're competing with yourself or you're competing with somebody else. And then started learning the business side of it. And then Danielle Johnson, she went to Clarkland University, graduated with business marketing, but she also graduated from Creative Circus. I think she did brand design over there. So she started utilizing her talents from business marketing and then brand design function at Creative Circus, and when she got a degree over there. And she applied that to the business of design. So we have design as well. She mostly does all the designs for like our clientele. So she does that portion. And then Zarek Franklin, he also went to Clarkland University. Good friend of mine, business partner as well. So he did that. And he went to school at Clarkland and graduated with IT technology degree. So he applied that to the business chamber journey as well. And if I didn't say it, those are my business partners. They both went to Clarkland University as well. And they function within the partnership that we have within Champion Dreams. And then also Reggie Stevens. He does more so PR, project managing, and some of the back end stuff as well. So
yes, I love hearing your journey and how you started off introducing yourself saying that you're Travis and you love basketball and sports, and you picked up a camera and spent all this money that you've never spent before, and then you learned it and you kind of connected those two things together. But then you also connected the community that you kind of we grew up in college. You grew up around these people, and then you kind of tie everything that you love and everybody that you connect with to create a brand. So if you're watching our podcast, I know you're probably wondering what that says on Travis's shirt. It says Champion Dreams. That's his business. So we want to know, you talked about it a little bit, but why did you choose to create your own business opposed to going to work for something that's already set in stone already?
First, I had like job interviews, but I could never, I don't know. I was just terrible with interviews. I don't know. I was just terrible with interviews. So I got the interview, but I never got the job. So I was like, I was like, let me create something on my own. So I did that. And that's when Champion Dream pretty much came about. So that's why I kind of went that route. It kind of forced me to go that route, but at the same time, that $800 investment has came a long way. So yeah, it's like having something that you can have that you can call ownership for yourself, and then just building towards that.
You know, if it's still from CLU, don't do nothing else. We gonna find a way to make it, okay? Set in stone from the beginning. Okay, something ain't working out. We're gonna find another way to get it done because ain't nothing gonna stop us.
Right.
So, we're gonna always keep it pushing.
Yeah.
And I love how you took the no's that you were given and turned it into a yes. And then you brought your crew along with you. And I remember one of the first posts that you put with your team, it made me smile because I saw familiar faces. And a lot of times when we blossom and we become this big hella dope, we don't bring along our crew with us. So just to know that you know that these people have these different skill assets and they can be great and perfect assets to your business, and you know y'all kind of like gang like that's your crew and you push forward with them, that's really nice to see as a outsider looking in on what you guys have going on.
See, that's why I like saying like I can't see outside looking in. Only you could tell me that. I wouldn't know that until you said that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What are some of the pros and cons of being a business owner?
Whew, that's a loaded question. Pros and cons. All right, pros, you get tax write-offs, you get benefits. You can't fire yourself. You get the flexibility of kind of like scheduling your time. You can travel remotely. You can be remote. Those are pretty
Sounds
much
like freedom,
right?
Yeah, in a sense, but you got to create that freedom too. So it's
yeah,
like, you can have freedom, but to what extent? Like you can not have money in the bank, or you can't have money in the bank because you got to pay for expenses that you didn't even know you had to pay for.
Point out,
So,
preach.
like, you got them overhead costs. Like, damn, I didn't know I had to pay for this, and then you get big on this level, then you got to exceed to this level because you're paying for so many other things that, dang, now I got to calculate this inside the budget. And now, how am I going to calculate this inside the budget with the clientele that we have? So now you got to up the status on that. And then you got to up the status on your equipment. And you got to up the status on your personal life, your health, all that stuff. So yeah, you just like, to each his own. Like, it just depends on what you call as freedom. So it's really your creation of freedom. You can have a 9 to 5 and still have freedom. If you like that 9 to 5, then that's not really freedom. But if you like going to work and you're working at your destined job or your destined career, you're in your destined career, whatever, you're in your destined location, then you should be fine. But if not, then I wouldn't classify that as freedom.
Yes, absolutely. Because I'm thinking like, as an entrepreneur, you got to be like, look, yesterday's price, not today's price. All right.
That's true too.
Those that are meant to spend the money or are able to spend the money are the ones that's going to support you. And those that can't do it, hey, you can support me from afar. I don't need you to spend no money right here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me your verbal support. Tell somebody else about me that need my services or that's interested in something that I have. And then, you know, those that are meant to be and need my services will come along wherever they may be. Everybody ain't meant to be, you know, a part of what you got going on as an entrepreneur. Everybody ain't meant to spend those funds, but you can help me verbally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody else my way that you know can use what I have to offer.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I like that for sure.
A lot of times, I don't want to get into who said what, but on social media, there was like a battle of exactly what you said, the 9 to 5 situation and entrepreneurship and who preferred what and what was better and all this other stuff. But then like with the comments, I saw a lot of people saying they want to be entrepreneurs, they want to start a business, but it was like always a but. And it seemed like people are apprehensive or nervous about it. So there may be some people who are listening who want to go after entrepreneurship or whatever dream they have for themselves. What advice or what pointers would you give them?
Give me a second. I'll light this one up.
Okay, no problem.
All right, cool. All right. Let me see. What dream or not dream? What advice I would give them? Let me see what advice I would give them. Be consistent. Learn every day at least 20 minutes to learn something new that you don't know. Have experience. If you don't have experience, get experience some way. Barter your time. Learn from somebody that's already done what you've done. Continue to learn. YouTube could be your best friend. Reading can be your best friend. Trial and error is definitely gonna be your best friend because that brings experience. And if you can't really comment on it, then you can't say you had experience with it. Nobody's gonna believe. So it's like, have all that, and you should be good.
Yes, absolutely. Like it's even going back to what you said in the beginning, and you spending that $800 on the camera, you decided to invest in yourself. Like you can't be afraid to take the risk to invest in yourself, to decide, you know what, this is something I believe in, this is something I want to do. Let me go ahead and try it, regardless of what anybody got to say. I'm putting my best foot forward and I'm believing in what I got to do and I'm going to make it happen. So, and invested in yourself in that too. Because I know as a writer, there have been many times where I have invested time in screenwriting programs to hone in on my craft. Like, yes, I write, I do this, but I want to get better. Let me learn from somebody else. Let me buy this book and see what they have to say about this thing. Yes, I have this version of the book, but let me see what this author got to say too. There's different opinions and different outlooks on things that you may not have thought about before. So invest in yourself, buy the books, watch the videos, buy the equipment, save up for what you need. Just don't give up. Consistency is key.
That's facts for sure.
It also sounds like well, Travis said persistence, but it also sounds like you can't look for a handout. Like I was ready to ask you, how did you learn photography? How did you learn videography? And you had a passion that you were like, oh, this is dope. I'm gonna learn about it. And you just went for it by yourself. So, and that's interesting that you say that, because a lot of people who've been sharing their journeys too, like on that I watch on YouTube or TV, they've been saying the same thing. So basically, yeah, like if you have a passion or something that you want to go for, you have to put the work in, even if nobody's gonna have a class for it. If you know that you want to do it, it doesn't hurt to go to the what do they call it? YouTube, the YouTube University or something like that.
YouTube University,
yeah, go to YouTube University.
Exactly.
Monie, do you have any extra questions for Travis before we go into our next segment?
Extra questions. Oh, I do actually have one. So as far as like having your team and building your team, like what was the most important thing to you when deciding like, yes, I gotta have you as a part of this ensemble of people that's gonna make this business boom, make it better?
I guess it was just like knowing what you want to do, knowing that, hey, I want to be a designer, knowing that, hey, I can help build a business. And then like we have subcontractors, like you're already doing what you love to do, like what you can add to what we already have going on within different projects, working with different clientele, and so forth. So I guess just believing in yourself first. Like if you don't believe in yourself first, I don't think nobody really will. So it's like, if you try to perfect your craft and people are like, dang, like you really perfecting your craft, people gonna take you a lot serious. Like you would never go to Aretha Franklin concert if you haven't heard her singing along the years, along the time. So knowing that she's an artist and knowing that she has perfected her craft is like, hey, I would go to this concert to go see her because she's done that. So same thing with sports, same things with entertainment, acting, all of those. Like you watch movies, right? Who's your favorite actor?
Favorite actress or actor right now at the top of the list? Let's just say
I'm thinking about Creed right now.
I was about to say I love me some Taraji.
Oh yeah, she's good.
Auntie Taraji.
Yeah. So her being on the movie screens is acting and perfecting her craft. Also behind the doors, like going to acting class, things like that. And her also being on the movie screen is more marketing for her, good or bad. If she's done good in a certain movie and vice versa, if she's done bad. It's more so as an audience and viewer, why are they going to see the movie? Because Taraji's in, her name is in it. So same thing. So
yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Yes. And thank you for giving us your time and letting us know about your journey. I didn't know any of this. I didn't know that you, like I said, self-taught, and basically the no's got you to this big yes that you have now. So it's really good to hear your story. And like I said, thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all for reaching out for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And you are going to join us in our next segment, which is dorm stories. So hold that thought. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? In today's Dorm Stories segment, we have our first guest of this season joining us in the Dorm Stories segment. Travis Brown traveled on over from the Caf over to the dorm to have a conversation about your favorite experience with a client, or you can let us know about one of the favorite projects you have worked on. We want all the tea. We ready to sip, so let us know.
I've had many favorite stories. Like, it's been a lot. Like, some cool stories. Like, dang, I wouldn't have been able to do this without this. Like, I've traveled with an artist everywhere. Like, every weekend we was out of town, traveling, LA, New York, freaking Texas, Tennessee, Chicago, a lot of places. Minnesota, I've never even been to. Dubai.
Wow, that's nice.
Bahamas, Canada, a lot of cool stuff. And then I also worked with shout out to my boy Peter Spears over there at Café, and Jim Suntory. All right, so worked with him with a lot of different activations, mainly with Café and Maker's Mark. So we've done an event at Pinky's Own, not Slutty Vegan, Bar Vegan in Ponce. So we did an event there. So they had brand products and things like that. And then the event location was housed at Bar Vegan. So they had like 3 different bartenders, with 2 different main bartenders. And they were having like this, I would say, secret drink challenge, to where they would make different cocktails and drinks and stuff like that, and people would interact with the brand. And they had like giveaways, food, and it was all sponsored by Cavassier. So that's been one. Also worked with another brand called Maker's Mark, and to where they did like a charity golf club brand activation with Maker's Mark. So they had at different stations, you can try like the different brands under the Maker's Mark umbrella around the golf course. We got our own golf course and had to like recap the event. I feel like working with brands like that, they kind of like know what they want. So they have you give like delivery sheet specs and the scope of the work. And then basically you just go out and shoot them, pretty much interact with the brand, getting lifestyle shots, interactive shots, things like that. And like just fun shots. And then it incorporates it with golf as well. So those are kind of like some of the fun projects I've definitely been along. I haven't really had too many bad projects, but yeah, those are some of like the fun projects that I worked on.
Even what you just explained, like you had so many different experiences from just what you said, from the traveling to golf course to at Bar Vegan. Like those are 3 totally different things, and you had fun doing all of them. Like I want to know, like doing what you love and having these different experiences, how does that make you feel? Like building this brand, being where you are, how does that make you feel, Travis?
How does it?
Yeah.
All right, did y'all do like a sport, or did y'all cheerlead when I was in high school?
Say that one more
I did. I played basketball and I danced.
But you
Yaya
danced.
cheered when she was young. Didn't you cheer a little bit?
Yeah, I was a cheerleader when I was younger, and we were on a step team.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So how did that make you feel when you did cheerleading or step, or did you was playing in the game or in practice, things like that? How did that make you feel?
The practices, is like a struggle trying to get everything together, planning it. I have my plan, Simone have her plan, the boys have their plan. They want to do this step, but I want to do that step. And then we finally put it all together. And then like you're really, really nervous before the show happens, and everybody's looking at you to get it right and to like entertain them. And then when you finally are doing it, like my heart is racing, but in a really good way. And then when you finish it, it's like, oh, we did it! Like so exciting, and it feels really good.
Hard work paid off.
Hard work paid off. Yes.
Same thing. How I feel like, dang, like coming together doing a project. Obviously, you got to do pre-production, which is like learning what the client needs, kind of like formulating a team. So if you have like photographers, if you have producers, directors, camera ops, editors on the team, them knowing like, hey, this is what we got to have done. These are the deliverables. This is what the client expects. And then formulating that team and formulating like the shot list. If we need audio, certain shot that they may need to get, certain brand products that they may need to get. And then just learning about that within the pre-production phase. And then everybody being on one accord and just like playing the game. So it's like the same mindset. Like now we got to really show off what we can do and then obviously execute the play that we did in pre-production. And then from there, kind of like just correlating that to post-production as far as the editing part. Like the place that nobody really sees. A lot of people don't really see the editing functionality of a project. That's where the most tedious part is.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like getting the shots or all the camera, the audio, the photos off your drives and putting on a hard drive, and then searching through that footage and just kind of figure out like how do I put it together and then edit it and then color correction, titles, all that stuff, and then giving the client your final product, and then they be happy like, oh, it's not, it came out kind of dope. So it's like all of that. So, and then at the same time, it's like you're excited like a kid again. Like I feel like I'm back playing basketball, and it's like practice. Nah, I don't went to the game. All right, now I had a good game, so shoot. And then you back to practice on the next project. So it's the same feeling. It feels good. Sometimes it can feel bad. Sometimes it can feel panicky. Sometimes it can feel like, dang, this is too much. It just depends. But most of the time it's good, and that's why that what kind of motivates me to keep going. So.
Yes, I love the analogy that you used too, and how you threw it back at us. Like now, I feel it. Like, oh yeah, like, yeah. I love that. I want to ask, do you ever get starstruck? Because I follow your page, obviously, and I've seen you post people who have what I would say are big names or like are doing things in the industry. Do you ever like get nervous because of the clientele that you're working with, or like, dang, that was my crush when I was a child, and I'm taking pictures of her now? Like,
no, I ain't never got starstruck. I'm trying to recall, have I ever like, oh my God, and just froze up? Nah, that's crazy. I'd probably be like, kind of understand like who they are as a person because everybody's their own individual. So I kind of just relax and kind of like observe them, how they are. If I do come into contact, like I feel like somebody's interesting. But I feel like all the people that I've seen or come in contact with, like they're people like me. They just like been here for X amount of time longer than us, or they might know something that we don't know to where it's like they're human in a way. They might have faults in another way. It's just they're in their craft and in their mode, and that's what you kind of know them for. You probably don't even know their history or their wild stories or their like growing up or whatever. So you might not know that. You might just know what you know in general. So it's fine.
just know the good stuff and not what they had to go through.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't see that stuff. So
right. End of the day, everybody got a story, you know.
Exactly.
Everybody has a story.
Exactly. So,
and speaking of, well, go ahead.
No, go ahead. My bad. It's over.
No, I'm gonna ask you something else. I was gonna say, like, just speaking of your story in general, based off everything that you've told us from the beginning of investing in yourself to where you are now and how it feels, I would like to close out by asking, like, where do you see Champion Dreams going? Where do you see yourself building to?
Well, the vision is like the Nike production. That's the vision. So it's like I've never seen another brand or even like let's just say brand. I've never seen another brand that has been like a production company. As far as like video and photography and design, I've never seen them. So it's like have fun with it. That's why I feel like sports is you having fun, but you're also competing.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's competition. You either compete with the next man, you compete with yourself, and then you showcase your talents when you deal with clientele. That's just a functionality of how I take it and analyze it. Because if I'm not having fun, I really don't want to do it. If the project I don't like, I probably don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like I gotta have fun with it as well. But to your question, what was the question? Say it again.
Where do you see yourself?
Oh, where I see it.
Yeah, where Champion Dreams going.
All right. Yeah, the Nike production, like globally, internationally. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to have locations there. It's just more so like reaching like the the masses to that level if we want to or if we can. Working in different cities or countries, if it's shooting a movie, if it's like shooting a commercial, if it's doing interactive stuff, it doesn't really matter. Also, like being able to be an outlet to other creatives, individuals, business personnel, to either utilize our services and vice versa, or like be able to have it as an outlet as a job or a platform, or whatever creative space to create whatever, and collaborate with other individuals. And most importantly, just have fun at the end of the day while getting paid to do what you do.
Yes, have fun and get paid. That's what I wanted to. That's what I want to do too. I want to do what I love, get paid, and be able to travel while I'm doing it. Okay.
Exactly.
Come on, somebody.
I'm on Dubai.
So
Exactly. Well, look, you graduated from the CAU, so I know for a fact that you are going to go above and beyond what you want to achieve with Champion Dreams, and I cannot wait to see how you continue to grow your business over the years. Just seeing what you've been able to do with it so far, so happy for you. And yes, sending you blessings and positive vibes to continue to go in the direction that you deserve. Okay. Yes, capturing all of that. Yes.
Yes.
For sure, I appreciate it. And I couldn't do this without God, my family, and support of my clientele. I just couldn't do it. So, well, I'm thankful. Still a long way to go. It's been a journey, good and bad. It's been rough times too. So, just like I'm still here. So it's like continue to go and grow and climb. So we're only getting older and we're only getting better. So.
Yes, absolutely. And while we still have you here, can you please let the people know where they can find you? How can they locate Champion Dreams on this World Wide Web, social media?
Anywhere in the World Wide Web, you can find us. Champion Dreams, Champion Dream Productions on Google if you want to do that route. If you want to go to website, championdreams.com, Facebook at Champion Dreams Productions, Instagram at Champion Dreams. So mainly Champion Dreams or Champion Dreams Productions where you can search and find Champion Dreams. And all our services, updates, anything, you can find it at Champion Dreams.
Yes, absolutely. And for those of you that need it, you always know, y'all, we're going to put it in the description. So y'all don't have to scramble to get a pen. You can click on it in the description for this episode.
For sure.
Anything, Yaya, before we go and close out?
No, I'm just like taken aback. This was like, I didn't know all of this. So it was really good to learn this information and hear your perspective, like hear beyond the pictures that I see on Instagram, like your story, the ups, the downs of it, the exciting parts of it, just like you bundling it all together. So it's really inspiring too, for me to go to YouTube and university and not be embarrassed or feel like I have to know exactly what I'm doing. I can learn as I'm going too. So I'm excited for the listeners to hear this and learn and feel inspired by you as well. So again, over and over again, just thank you for your time and sharing all that you have with us today.
Yes,
appreciate y'all. Keep doing y'all thing, and I want to see y'all Clark Atlanta doing the episode. Sure.
Yes, a live episode. We're gonna do a live episode at Clark Atlanta. We don't know when, but it's gonna happen. Mark our words.
Yes.
Okay.
And until next time.
It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. Yes, people, yes. Give it up to Monie for her jingle.
Yes, while Yaya still trying to make one up.
I'm gonna have one.
We'll see what you're working with.
And we will also see what your favorite dance move was in high school or college, because that is our question of the month for this month. we want to know what your go-to dance move
Yes.
was. And it probably still is. It probably still is.
It probably is your go-to right now.
Right.
Two-step in the back of the club in the corner. You still leaning back? What are you doing?
Tootsie roll.
Let's Tootsie roll, cotton candy, let me see the Tootsie roll.
I ask my mom when I get home, Mom, what was your favorite dance move when you was in high school? I want to see what she said, if there was any dance moves.
They definitely had some dance moves too. How long they songs was lasting back in the day, there was plenty of dance moves.
I just know it wasn't the shopping cart. Mowing the lawn.
Going shopping.
Cook it up. Beef it up.
Eat it up. Do it taste good. I think so.
Well, let us know your response down below in the YouTube section. If you're listening on Spotify, you can let us know in those comment section. You can also let us know on our Instagram page.
Yes, and then head on over to YouTube to watch our answer. See what our go-to move was in high school and college, okay? See if you know them same dance moves. I mean, if you went to college, you most definitely
did the same.
You know the moves that we gonna.
I don't even know if you had to go in Atlanta. Like I feel like
we didn't, but that's where we was.
Yeah, but I feel like different. Well, maybe HBCU schools around that same time.
Yeah,
we all probably know the same
moves.
Hit song moves.
True, it's true. Real true. We gonna find out though. Matter of fact, get extra credit and send us some videos so we can post it on our page. You hit them moves. You still got it. Them knees still intact. Ooh. Them shoulders still working. Let us know. Who's still doing this? Who's still doing the chicken head? Anyway,
everybody gonna be doing it at the club.
Aside from having an April question of the month, April is National Poetry Month, which means join us in writing some poetry. We have made it up to, at this point, prompt 3. So head on over to our Instagram page and check out the prompts that we put up for this month. We have one more left. The first prompt was, what was the first prompt?
Yeah, I'm playing with stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Right? You have to write as if you were a pen and paper.
Yes, write from the perspective of the relationship between pen and paper. Yes. Then the second prompt is to write to your younger self, but every line has to start with a J. Honestly, I can't remember the third one off the top of my head. I believe it's writing about your life journey as if you're on a road trip. Something like that. So yeah, head on over to our Instagram page. Join us for the April Poetry Month Challenge. You can share with us or just keep it for yourself, but we would love for you to share it with us. We can share it on our page. If it's fire, you feel me? You can be right here on the Truth Carpet for Sweet 223.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to share your poetry with us.
You did a good job. It's write a poem comparing your journey through life to a road trip.
See, close to that.
So
yeah, and then the last one, you'll have to go to the Instagram page on Monday and find out. Well, if you're listening to this, we released it that Friday. Yeah. But anywho, thank you. We have one more announcement.
She was ready to close the show.
I was.
Also, the last one is, I was going to start with thank you to everybody who's been sending text messages to share a review for our podcast. You all have been listening and you've been enjoying it thus far, so we appreciate your feedback. If you have feedback as a listener, you don't have our phone number, that's okay.
Right.
Because we want you to drop a comment below. Mm-hmm. We want you to send us a review also on Spotify or Anchor, which are the platforms for our podcast, to let us know. Also on Instagram, when we post, the picture talking about that podcast, you can leave a review under there. So thank you all for the reviews and thank you for sharing our podcast. And
thank you to our guests for today's episode, Nadir and Travis.
Say it again because I was talking over you. Thank you to Nadir and Travis. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the gym share. Thank you for your art. Ooh, both are art.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. They're both forms of art.
Yes.
They are artists.
Yes, and shout out to Champion Dreams on y'all's 10th year.
Yes.
And congratulations. Keep going, y'all. I'm just really you know, proud and happy. I hate to say proud because I ain't y'all mama, but
you can still be proud.
I'm proud to see y'all growth and happy for all the things that you all have going on. Keep growing, keep shining, and I look forward to seeing what's to come for you all.
Yes, absolutely. Now I can officially say thank you for tuning in to episode 5 of season 4 of Pink Carpet. We are super excited to still be doing this and cannot wait to be in your ears for episode 6 next week. Okay. Yes.
Next week or 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah. We'll be back in your ears in 2 weeks. Stay black.
Stay proud. Tat out. How you like me now? Wow.